So I just came back from the movie theater. I saw Terminator Dark Fate, and well, for a Terminator die-hard fan like me, I would say that was rough. What's up, everybody? Today I'm here to review Terminator Dark Fate. If you have been around my channel ever since we heard about the new Terminator film, I have been covering here. I covered pictures, the story, even some plot leaks that came out because to me, Terminator is one of the best action films ever made. Possibly T1 and T2. T2 is my favorite. It's such a great film, and this movie had all the combinations to be the best thing ever for a fan like me. You know, James Cameron is the producer, we have Sarah Connor, the original, back, we have Arnold back, and even Eddie Furlong was announced to be returning, and along with that we would also have the new cast, which is fine. But after watching this film, I would say that I firmly believe Terminator should not be a franchise. It should have been over and done. I'm just tired of this, you know, when you're a fan and and you know what? When I was walking back here, I was just thinking, should I do a non-spoiler review? And I decided, no, it's not even worth it. So this will be filled with spoilers. I am not doing a non-spoiler review because I just don't think it's even worth your money to go watch this film. I mean, is it a great action film? Sure, there's great action. The CGI is not that bad. There is some amazing de-aging effect that I was like blown away. But other than that, it's kind of the same story. There is nothing new. And not only that, it kind of destroys everything that is done on Judgment Day is kind of undone here, because guess what? I'm about to spoil the movie. John Connor does not matter. So the guy that was supposed to know, that little boy that we all loved, and it was just so fun to watch him, it doesn't matter. Terminator 2 doesn't matter. Sarah Connor doesn't matter. Basically, this is just kind of a cheap rehash of the old films again. You know, it's just trying to rebreed the franchise. The sound familiar, you know, it's kind of like what the new Star Wars did, you know. However, I will say this, I do not think that Arnold Schwarzenegger as a character was disrespected per se. I think that he had some heroic moments and he was actually very helpful, but he was kind of made of a joke, you know. He was like cracking jokes here and there, and you know, this is supposed to be a different Terminator, not the one that learned from John Connor. So it was weird, but again, the guy that directed this is the guy that directed Deadpool, right? Also, Sarah Connor, it was pretty awesome to see her. I'm not gonna deny it. My fan heart was like, oh, at least I can get that, you know. She was pretty awesome. She still got it, you know. She's very like sassy on the things that she says, but she was kind of a third wheel as well. Like, there was not, of course this is not about her, but I wouldn't say that they disrespect her, but there are a few lines that they gave it to the new character that belongs to Sarah Connor, such as there's no fate but what we make. This is what Sarah said in Terminator 2, but apparently now it's Danny Ramos that says it in the future. So yes, Danny Ramos, you know, there was a lot of like conversation and like speculation. What is she? Who is she? Why is she so important? Does she has a connection with John Connor? I actually thought she did, but no, she doesn't. She's just the new John Connor, because now it's time for the women. Yoo-hoo! Okay. I'm pissed off. I didn't like it. I didn't like that they basically just threw John Connor away as if he doesn't matter. It just makes the other films look stupid, and it makes you as a Terminator fan kind of like, so what's the point of John Connor? What's the point of watching these other films if it's just now she's the new John Connor? I don't understand why the story has to be the same. That doesn't make sense to me. You know, the story should have moved on, and you know, John Connor could have been a part of it. I don't get it. I don't like it. I just thought that again, this whole, oh, we're doing female empowerment. This is not female empowerment. This is just stealing the story from John Connor and giving to her, and it's just not even done in a very convincing way, you know. So by the logic of this film, the story is just gonna go over and over again, and it's never gonna end. It's just a cheap cash grab, and I'm so disappointed. I was so disappointed. I cannot even say heartbroken, because I was already expecting that I was gonna be disappointed, but I always hope. So here, let's talk about the plot. So basically the plot is this. So the movie begins with Sarah Connor in 1998. She's at the beach with John Connor, young John Connor. So that's the only appearance of Eddie Furlong that we were promised. And he looks exactly how he looked in Terminator 2. And oh my God, whoever did the de-aging effect, guys, it was one of the best I've ever seen. Sarah Connor looks exactly like she was in T2, and so does Arnold. So what happens in this scene is that she's over there happy that they stopped Judgment Day. I mean, not really, but at least their Judgment Day and their Skynet, they stopped it. And then Arnold comes into the picture and just shoots John Connor dead. He's boom, dead. The little boy, it's dead, and it's just like, it's an awful scene to watch. And at first I thought it has to be a dream, but it wasn't a dream. And I even tweeted about 5 minutes, and this happens at the very beginning. And there is basically not really acknowledgement of who John was. I mean, there's some stupidity, for John, whatever, it doesn't mean anything. And then we're supposed to care about Danny. I don't care about Danny because I'm still upset you just killed John Connor. I'm sorry. I mean, who wrote this? And why would you think that this is, why would you think the fans would like this? It just, I hate this type of stuff where they say, oh, we're doing female empowerment. They don't even know how to write female stories. To give a woman the same storyline of a guy just because now she's a female doesn't make her strong. That's not what we want to see, okay? I mean, I would be way happier if I just had Sarah Connor there fighting along her son, and you just introduce another new character. But like just giving the story of the savior now being Danny Ramos, I couldn't even care about her. I was like so pissed off that they killed John Connor. I was like, just kill her already. This was my face, And the movie was not that bad as far as the action goes. I mean, the action is good. Don't get me wrong. It was very entertaining, but the story is very bad, and that's one of the things that it makes the movie just dumb fun entertainment. Like you go back and watch T2, Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, they have a very compelling story. I'm like, the movie is not only filled and great with action, great lines and a little bit of humor, but it's also the story is so compelling. The performances are so good. On this movie is basically a little bit of every single other Terminator you've seen, but worse, because now, like I said, none of the other movies matter. John Connor doesn't matter, neither does Sarah Connor. It's just so stupid. I mean, why would you write this? Okay, and then, I mean, by the end of this film, and I'm sorry that I'm all over the place because, yes, I have a lot of feelings about this film. I'm not happy. I'm pissed off. This is kind of a rant video, and because why do they have to destroy John Connor like that? Why would they think that the fans would be okay with this? Like this movie, like I said, it had all the package to succeed, having the old cast back together. Why can't it just move forward? It's just going back over and over again. It shouldn't be a franchise because it seems to me they ran out of ideas. So what they have to do is kind of redo T2. I mean, you can't, those are kind of films that you can never, that is one of the best action films ever made. I'm sorry, but this one, I cannot even believe that James Cameron's name is in it. Like, are you serious? I was so excited that finally the franchise is back under his umbrella now. He has control over it. And then he allows everything that happened in the other films mean nothing. Like, how does that make any sense? So towards the end, pretty much everyone dies apart from Sarah Connor and Danny Ramos because, there's a new future. There is no Skynet, but there's a new intelligence. It's the same thing. Well, the lack of creativity is just, it doesn't, oh my God. I mean, Hollywood is just filled with this, like people, if you don't have an idea to write a movie, just leave it alone, okay? Or relaunch it again. I would have gone and watched T2 again rather than seeing this. It's extremely upsetting. Like I said, I love Terminator. I do. It's one of my favorite action films, but I just want to forget this film. And it wasn't that bad. You know, there's a lot of really entertaining action scenes. I actually enjoyed the girl that it comes to protect Dani Ramos. I thought her performance was very good. I thought she was great. I liked her a lot. I actually thought I wasn't going to like her, but I did. I thought she did very well. I also like the guy that played Terminator. I think his name is Gabriel. I don't remember his last name, but I also thought he was a pretty good Terminator. He was very charming at the very beginning, and he really reminds us of T2 as well. He was good. I have no problems with the performances. I have no problems with the action scenes. I like seeing Sarah there. I like seeing Arnold there, but there's something missing. That is John Connor, you know, and the core of the story is just missing. Right now it's just all about Dani Ramos, which I don't care. I'm sorry, but you did not do enough to have me care about this character. We don't really know anything about her. What is her motivations? I mean, she's basically introduced like Sarah Connor was. She doesn't know anything, doesn't want anything to do with anything. And then by the end, she's kind of, oh, I'm powerful. I'm going to go and destroy the Terminator because I'm going to lead humanity. Oh my God. Oh no, I'm this is so upsetting. You know, I really wanted to like this film. I really did. You know, like I said, I love Terminator. I think it would be so much fun to even be part of a movie like that. Can you imagine you like in a Terminator film? That is just amazing. But unfortunately, the story of this film is extremely disappointing. Like they also use a lot of humor that doesn't really fit within the Terminator story. You know, like before, the humor was between John and the Terminator, and it was so funny because Arnold is so machine. This time they gave Arnold, you know, the T-800, a conscience. So right now he has a family, you know, he has a son. Look at the absurdity of the story. Who comes out, like, the fun thing about the Terminator is his awkwardness, you know, is the fact that he's threatening and scary. That's what you want to see about the Terminator. I don't understand this idea of a Terminator having a family, creating a conscience, because after he killed John Connor, he had no purpose. Basically, that's what the movie tells you. Oh, I am really disappointed. I am just so sad. I'm so sad that that's what they did to the film. I don't want to believe it. And no, especially after having Sarah back, you know, she's so great in this. I think she's great. I loved her. For me, my favorite scene was the ones involving Sarah Connor and Arnold. It was good because it's not only playing on nostalgia, but it's also like you could see the chemistry amongst them is really good. And they have kind of a really kind of story arc where she's mad at him because of John. But it really doesn't go anywhere towards the end. You know, he dies and we know he's a Terminator and he could come back again because the same thing happened after T2. So whoever dies there, it doesn't matter. Unless they're human, if a Terminator dies, it doesn't matter because they can come back as many times as whatever. But basically the future after they stop Judgment Day, it's still terrible. There is still going to be another war. There's no Skynet, but there's another intelligence. I mean, who cares? But I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I know I'm just like, this is, I don't even know if I can call this a review or just a rant. I'm just, it's disappointing to go watch your favorite films fail this big, you know. I just don't understand. Why would they think that everyone will be okay with John dying? Like, I mean, I guess 2019 audiences might be okay. I am not okay with John dying like that. I just think it's stupid, and you really undo everything we learn about, you know, T2, all of that's cool stuff that they've done. It's for nothing because saving John Connor doesn't really matter. It's the very, I'm just having like bad dreams thinking about this. It's the same thing with Star Wars, you know, Luke Skywalker, all of that stuff that he did with Anakin. It doesn't matter because now we have Rey. Why do they have to destroy the old in order to bring the new? I don't understand this. Why can you just make the story move forward? I just oh yes, I am deeply disappointed, and I don't know what to say. But if you are not a big fan of Terminator, you might enjoy this film because, like I said, the action is not bad. I didn't really, I think that the way, even the CGI, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't that bad. But the de-aging CGI at the very beginning was very impressive. So if you're not a Terminator fan, by all means, go watch this movie. You might really enjoy it. But if you are, like myself, a die-hard Terminator fan, you're really into the franchise, I would love to hear your thoughts because I am deeply disappointed. I am deeply disappointed that, I wish this movie wasn't made this way. I really did. I think that the story about Terminator without John Connor is just really stupid. They try to kind of give him some honor at the end. The Terminator, before he dies, he says, for John, whatever, like you already killed him within 5 minutes of the film. And then Sarah Connor, the iconic, awesome Sarah Connor, one of my heroes, basically passes her entire life being miserable and drinking herself until she passes out, because that's what she said as well. So, and that's kind of the female empowerment we get nowadays, like it's just this crap of identity politics in film. It's really ruining filmmaking, in my opinion. It is, because now a woman cannot like guys because you need to hate them. You need to have a hate relationship. You cannot like work together, or you cannot have a male hero because all the guys are bad. We cannot have John Connor be the leader of the resistance. It has to be a woman. This is how I feel about this film. Like I said, maybe she could have been like very important as well, but like basically what this movie does, it steals the story from John Connor. It gives it to her. So yes, unfortunately, all the leaks were real. It's not a bad action film. Like I said, if you're not a Terminator fan, you might even enjoy it. But if you are a Terminator fan like myself, I don't see you liking this. But if you did, please drop your comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. But anyways, guys, this is the end of my Rant review. I'm sorry that I'm like, kind of the stuff that I really love, I'm really passionate about it. It wants me I just want to yell when they mess it up this time, like big time like this. Wow, Tim Miller, I just don't understand why you think people would... like I said, I couldn't even connect to the rest of the movie because I was like, they just killed John Connor. And he didn't even have a line. He didn't even say anything. He just stares at his mom. I'm like, oh, that's horrible. Why do we even have T2? Why? Judgment Day. It's for... I don't understand it. Wow. Whatever, guys. If you are a Terminator fan, don't even bother watching this movie. Seriously, because, you're gonna be very disappointed. I posted a video on Twitter that was kind of excited to watch it and hoping. I always hope, and I always want to give people chances. Like I said, even though I would, it would be a dream to be a part of, be in a Terminator film or anything like that, but like when they mess the story like that, it's just... I wish it wasn't even made, and it's very disappointing. Anyways, kind of sucks. Drop your comments down below. Let me know, have you seen Terminator Dark Fate? Are you gonna see it? I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this Rant review, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.